come to fruition. Came in thinking you get famous, boy, I've come to do business. Cause I work for this, I stayed away. Paid the lane and stayed the same. Invest in me if you want me to take you in and break the bank. Break the bank. Break the bank.
All right, so first thing we do in the morning, I used to get started with shadow boxing. I'll give him a tea of the day. Today we're gonna be doing some rosemary tea. The purpose behind this is as he's getting his shadow boxing done, he can drink his tea while he's doing that. So what's happening is internally his body starts getting warmer and warmer, so it'll actually help him build or burn a little bit more calories. Three ingredients: avocado, good healthy fats. We're gonna add some lemon. We're gonna add some everything seasoned bagel, and we're just gonna blend it all in. Put it on a piece of toast. We're gonna add some egg. We're gonna add some turkey ham, and we're gonna roast some tomatoes, give it some good flavor.
Dogs don't eat first.
I'm gonna eat it right now because it's gonna get cold.
Hey, remember, dogs don't eat first.
Go down a little bit.
Good, man. I think he did turkey instead of ham. It's cool.
Out of respect for the other fighter, I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but sent a guy to the hospital the other day.
No, I'll talk about it. I broke a man's jaw with one punch with the headgear on. One side of his jaw was up, the other one was down. I haven't really been talking about it because, like, I'm just gonna show it in the ring. I want you guys to see what I do. Maybe this will get you guys a little.
Flip roll. Close. Block body. Block lead. Block body. Flip roll. Post.
Ryan Garcia isn't just fighting Mario Barrios on July 19th. He is fighting his own past. The man standing in the opposite corner isn't just a challenger looking for a belt. He is being guided by the one man who knows Ryan's deepest secrets. This isn't just a standard title fight. It feels like a setup. The narrative going into this bout is dark, personal, and filled with accusations that the entire matchup is rigged in favor of a superstar who doesn't deserve it.
You know, if it wasn't boxing, it would shock me. There's boxing, though. So rules are there just for showpieces. They're not actually there to be enforced. If there's enough money on the table, boxing's always up for sale, so to speak. So I've complained about this over and over again as far as rules not being enforced in boxing, or they're enforced when it's convenient to enforce them, but not enforced when it's inconvenient to enforce them. Technically speaking, you're supposed to not be allowed to fight for a world championship coming off a loss. But we see that time and again. As a matter of fact, this is going to be the second title defense in a row that Mario Barrios makes against the guy coming off a loss and in both cases, it's because the guy he was fighting is a bigger name than the rules will allow to keep out of a title shot, so to speak. You know, it's funny you mentioned, I was young, but when you mentioned the Holyfield, the Moore Foreman fight, was Foreman's previous fight the Holyfield fight?
Tommy Morrison.
No, so he had lost to Morrison.
And hadn't fought in 15 months.
And before that, he lost to Holyfield.
Exactly.
So again, like you said,
hence the comparison. He was a star.
Yeah, stardom supersedes the rule set. It's interesting. I wish things would just be held accountable and then just held by the rules, just so there's a standard. I'm not hating on the fight because I actually think Ryan Garcia knocks out Barrios. I think Barrios is horrible as a champion, maybe the worst champion I've ever seen in my life.
Let's be real about the elephant in the room. Ryan shouldn't even be here. According to respected analysts like Wade Plemons, this WBC world title shot wasn't earned. It was gifted. We are looking at a fighter who, in this current timeline, has taken heavy losses to guys like Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. Yet somehow, he has leaped over the entire queue of deserving contenders. It reeks of boxing politics. While real contenders grind in the dark for years, Ryan's massive social media following and star power seemingly bought him a golden ticket. It is the classic case of who you know beating what you've done, and the boxing purists are absolutely furious about it.
If I was getting, let's just be honest, gifted a world title shot, by the WBC, and if I was in Ryan Garcia's position, I'd probably be singing the praises of Mauricio Suleiman right now as well. They are gifting him this world title shot. Rolly beats him. Ryan gets a world title shot for the WBC. Instead of Rolly getting that shot, it didn't make any sense. But, hey, fair play. He's giving it up. I have to think that has to do, too, with this whole, again, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but Zuffa Boxing is making their play right now, and it's essentially Zuffa Boxing versus the sanctioning bodies. And I have to think there's going to be more shots thrown across the bow from the WBC, from Dana White, from Nick Khan, from all these different people. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I think it's probably just because Ryan's like, yeah, I'm kind of gifted a world title here, so I'm going to give a big
But the controversy regarding the title shot is nothing compared to the betrayal in the training camp. Mario Barrios has made a move that screams psychological warfare. He has hired Joe Goosen, Ryan's former head trainer, to lead his corner. Barrios insists this wasn't a mind game, calling it strictly a business decision because he likes Joe's style. But let's read between the lines. Goosen didn't just hold mitts for Ryan. He knows exactly how Ryan breaks down under pressure. He knows the bad habits, the mental lapses, and the insecurities that cameras don't see.
When Mario Barrios fought Manny Pacquiao, I had watched him through the presser process, the press conferences, and he was always such a class act, Mario. And I said, boy, he's just really, and he's treating Manny very well. The legend Manny he was treating him respectfully, and that impressed me because I grew up in the old days where sportsmanship and respect for your fellow players or what have you, whatever sport you were, that was paramount. And so that impressed me. And at the end of the fight, I did say something on air as a closing statement because we had spoken about the fight ad nauseum. And at the end of the day, I said, the world needs more men like Mario Barrios. I was impressed with his class and dignity and the way he handled himself. Well, who knew a couple months later I'd be training him? Right. So the irony of that is just, incredible. But, I just really, really respect Mario, and his abilities are beyond what I actually thought they were. Now, I had announced quite a few of his fights, so I had seen what he was capable of doing. I mean, especially he was performing very well against Tank. He beat, Ugas, who had beaten Pacquiao. He beat Ugas unmercifully, and it was just brilliant. It was just brilliant performance. So he, very talented. So to get the call for Mario Barrios was like, what fool would turn that down?
Right.
Right. It would be absurd.
Ryan claims he is unfazed. He actually argues that this switch gives him the advantage because he knows Joe's playbook inside and out, while Joe didn't spend enough time with him to learn all his tricks. It's a bold claim, but having your ex-mentor plotting your downfall is a nightmare scenario. Goosen holds the blueprint to Ryan's destruction, and he has handed it directly to Mario Barrios.
Again, thank you for the time we had together, guys, and I know it's going to be a great fight. I know you're working hard.
How could you, Joe? That's messed up.
Pardon?
I said, how could you? That's messed up.
What's messed up?
You know what I said? Just can't believe you're doing this to me. That's insane. You hurt my heart.
Well, I'm still not sure.
You broke my heart. It's over. It's over. We're done.
Again?
We're done. Yeah, I'm breaking up with you again.
Now, how did I do that?
You just broke my heart. Just move on.
All right. Well, I thought I was being.
No, you were being sweet.
I thought I was being courteous and generous, and that's what I'm trying to be here. And I hope you don't take offense to it.
It's cool.
Because I don't ever want to offend fighters. I love what I do.
I'm offended. Too late. I'm offended.
You what?
I'm offended already. I'm hurt.
All right, good.
I'm offended, hurt, all that.
All right. Okay. Well, look, I'm still not following it exactly, but all I can do is try to be gracious to you. Okay.
No, I get it. I get it.
And I got to support my guy, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm here 120% for Mario Barrios. It's business.
It's always business.
No, it's not always business.
What about the love? There's no love.
But it's not always business. There's a lot of personal stuff that goes down behind the scenes that nobody knows about. I get that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
all the long car rides. At
the end of the day, I gotta work, don't I?
Gone.
Yeah. Okay.
They never happen.
All right. Okay. Exactly. All right.
That blueprint might focus heavily on what Richardson Hitchens calls Ryan's fatal flaw, a low ring IQ. The critique coming out of the boxing world is harsh but backed by tape. They argue that Ryan relies almost entirely on that legendary left hook. He is a sniper with one bullet. If Barrios can neutralize that hook, what does Ryan have left? Hitchens points out technical errors that rookies make, like Ryan closing his eyes when he throws combinations or backing up in straight lines when pressured. In a world title fight against a veteran, those aren't just mistakes. They are a death sentence.
If somebody has a game plan for the hook, he's going to get beat.
Who wins? Barrios or Ryan Garcia?
I don't know. Ryan kind of turned me off with that Rolly fight.
Didn't you say something about where he was training? Because I mentioned it too, that he would look like he was training in his house.
Yeah.
But he could be trolling and really training.
No, it look like he's in the gym now.
Yeah.
It look like he's in the gym. He look like he's trimming down. He look like he's in shape now.
Definitely looking in shape.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's getting smaller. He's trimming down. I was looking at his pictures. I'm like, yeah, he like he's getting ready to fight. But what turned me off about Ryan was when I was watching him and Rolly, like ringside. It looked like Rolly froze him. Like after the second, third round, Rolly dropped him. It looked like he was very hesitant. And it looked like all he was looking for was that hook. Like he was waiting for that hook. Ryan is a super talented fighter, but IQ-wise, he only knows but few things. Like he's always gonna resort back to that hook. And if Barrios come into the right game plan, with the right game plan, it's gonna be the same. If somebody has a game plan for the hook, he's gonna get.
The contrast in mindset heading into this fight couldn't be starker. On one side, you have Ryan engaging in his usual theatrics, calling himself the king and comparing his status to LeBron James. He is focused on explosive power and looking the part of the superstar. He looks dangerous, sure, but the question remains, is he focused? His career has been a roller coaster of chaotic behavior mixed with flashes of brilliance.
What?
How do you neutralize? How do you stop him from not landing that left hook?
Distance is going to be key. Timing, just using my physical, my attributes, my boxing skill.
Does the fact that Joe Guzman knows his boxing style, is that a big advantage for you?
It's an advantage, but I think we could look back at his last couple of performances, and you could pick up his bad habits, and you can see what he does good and what he does wrong.
So in the landscape where you have a lot of fighters who struggle to land big fights, your resume is big, right? Tank, Manny, and now Ryan. What are you doing on your end during negotiations to make these big fights happen that maybe other fighters aren't?
I just say yes. There's never been a name that I turn down. Whenever there's offers on the table, always take the biggest risk.
So a lot of fans associate draws with Lamont Roach, but you've had 2 in a row too. So how do you get past that mentally and stay fired up?
I've been doing this a long time. This is the shit I love, and whether they're draws or wins, I stay motivated. I stay in the gym, and I just stay working.
On the other side, you have Barrios, the quiet soldier. He is battle-tested, having gone to war with elite killers like Keith Thurman, Ugas, and Tank Davis. He feels he has been underestimated his entire life, and he is treating this camp with a terrifying level of discipline. He isn't here to be a celebrity, he is here to expose a fraud. He views Ryan's mistakes not as accidents, but as opportunities to end the fight. But what do the experts think about the fight?
When he's in the zone, the Mario Barrios that beat Ugas, the Mario Barrios that beat Baterov, the tough Russian with Joel Diaz to win the world title. That Mario Barrios, it's a 65-35 fight. The Mario Barrios that showed up to fight Ramos or Pacquiao, then it's a 50-50 fight. But I know what he's capable of. I know if he prepares, I know if he listens to Joe in the corner and does what he needs to do with his physical capabilities, I think he has a variety of things that Ryan Garcia can't do. Ryan Garcia, has yet to win a world championship, and Ryan Garcia has not fought the level of competition that Mario Barrios has. I mean, if you look at it in terms of experience, if you look at it in terms from size, and if you look at it from terms of being able to do different things, I think Barrios is able to do different things compared to what he has. Barrios has been in there with Davis, so has he. But Barrios has been in there with your guy, your man, Keith Thurman. Remember, make sure you ask Thurman about that Puro Mexico. And
He hurt him to the body.
And Ugas and guys like that. So he's been at that level. He's won 2 world championships in 2 different weight classes. So that Mario Barrios that I know that turned pro with me when he was 18 years old, no doubt in my mind he's going to win that fight.
Tim Bradley was recently asked about the matchup, and he didn't seem pleased that Ryan Garcia stole the opportunity from other deserving fighters. He was vocal about how boxing has now become a popularity contest, rather than the best fighting the best. He pointed out that Ryan's popularity outside the sport helped him get a title shot against Mario Barrios. Analyzing the fight, Bradley doesn't see Garcia defeat Mario Barrios. He pointed out Barrios has far more experience and drive than Garcia. Bradley was brutal with his prediction, stating that Barrios would eat Ryan up.
A title shot.
Well, Ryan's gonna get a lot of opportunities because he brings a lot of eyeballs. Again, this is boxing's a popularity contest now, man. That's what it's about. If you got the draw, you're gonna get more opportunities than the other guy that's working his butt off to climb up the ranks to be able to get his shot when nobody knows who he is, right? So, look, there's not a far-gone conclusion that Ryan can take out a guy like Barrios, man. Barrios is experienced. I don't give a damn what anybody say. He got a lot of experience, man. He got the best resume at 147 pounds, right? He's a champion. You know what I mean? He's been in the ring with Tank Davis as well. He's been in the ring. Who else was the guy he been in the ring with? That was
Pacquiao recently, obviously.
Pacquiao recently, and there was another one.
Thurman? Was it Thurman?
Yeah, Keith one-time Thurman. So I mean, he's felt resistance. He's felt resistance at every single level, right? Even with the southpaw. So I mean, you got a guy like Garcia. His last performance wasn't that great. I expect him to have a better performance this time around. He gonna need to have a better performance because if he brings that type of performance into the ring with Barrios is gonna eat him up. It's gonna be easy work. He gonna eat him up, man. But see, this is the thing, man. I noticed one thing about Garcia. Garcia don't like power. Now, does Barrios has enough pop on his shots to keep Garcia honest? That's what I worry about, right? And if Garcia land that left hook, can Barrios take it? Because that seemed to be an issue for Barrios. Upstairs and downstairs, the left hook. So, interesting fight. It ain't no far-gone conclusion, like I said, that Garcia just gonna walk through a guy like Barrios. Barrios got a lot of experience. He wants to hold on to that strap. He got a lot of confidence in the ability coming off that draw with Manny Pacquiao. He's felt that type of pressure from a legend. So look, I think, right now I favor Barrios in this fight. Right now, I favor Barrios. I know a lot of people favoring Garcia, but shoot, I favor Barrios. He got a good jab, good fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? He got a good boxing IQ. And I think he's the more complete fighter.
Andre Durrell also shared his opinions and analysis on the fight. He pointed out that Garcia has the boxing IQ, skills, power, and ability to take on tough opponents. But he explained that Garcia fails to execute the game plan in the ring. He brought up Garcia's past performances and the various mistakes he made, eventually leading to a loss in those fights. Durrell was firm with his stance, stating that Garcia doesn't go into a fight executing a game plan, he goes into a fight executing punches.
As far as I'm concerned, Ryan Garcia has no ring IQ. Listen, man, when it comes to Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, I'm conflicted. Yes, Ryan has the skill set, he has the power, he has the speed, and he has the boxing ability. However, his problem is he don't know how to put them together. I don't see Ryan Garcia jumping in the ring and executing a game plan. I see him executing punches. Look back at Garcia versus Tank.
There's that left hook.
Ryan Garcia threw 3 hooks back to back.
Again, this Tank stays just low enough.
So it's only common sense that Tank rolls under the hook and come back with his own.
Quick uppercut. Ryan's going for the...
Big stick down, Ryan Garcia on a 30 straight left.
Game over. Then there's Garcia versus Rolly.
Ryan Garcia, that last fight against them.
I ain't gonna even get into that one. You can tell that boy didn't have a game plan.
Speaking of Barrios, Darrell believes he too has his shortcomings. He pointed out that Barrios has the experience, but the thing that he lacks is the drive to win rights. He still favored Barrios to come out victorious simply because of the game plan, but doesn't rule out Garcia in this fight.
Now, when it comes to Mario Barrios,
Mama, I love you. P.O.P.
he doesn't have the oomph to take it to the next level, I feel. I feel like he fights at a pace.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Great I am. Great I am.
But at least he has a foundation. At least he has a game plan. Now, if he gets into this fight and Ryan is too strong or too fast, then he's in trouble. This is me telling y'all anything can happen. I feel like because Mario Barrios has a foundation, has a base, and has a game plan, he can go in there and win this fight. But Ryan Garcia having the power, the speed, and the skills to get the job done, maybe he will too. When I look at Barrios versus Pacquiao,
everything on the orange.
Pacquiao had no oomph. He had nothing left.
Confidence for him to come in. More confident. And that means that Manny Pacquiao will start to open up.
But Barrios couldn't take it to that next level. So it's up to Ryan Garcia to get in there and crack the code, take away that WBC world.
So, what happens on July 19th when the wild card meets the wall? Ryan possesses undeniable speed and a left hand that can end the night in a split second. But Barrios has the chin, the experience, and now he has the cheat codes provided by Ryan's old coach. This fight is shaping up to be a harsh reality check. Either Ryan proves the critics wrong and secures his legacy, or he gets exposed as a hype job once and for all. But we'd love to hear from you. What do you think of this fight? Can Ryan Garcia make a stunning comeback against Mario Barrios? Or will Barrios finally prove himself against the king? Let me know your predictions and opinions in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.